sorry that I haven't been posting for a while. I was just taking a little break, Anyways, today, should we do it now? I don't know, but this one's in my head and I'm gonna hold my out. Take it or leave it, I don't know. I'm gonna, should I do a portrait of instead? See, I'm back to that myself already. Don't like me. So today we're gonna be doing the different types of sentences and words and stuff. So we got we'll start off with one genre, one little trail, on the next one, on the next one. A lot you need to learn really. And it's crazy how the S6 have left my last video, I think, to now when it was not too long after that, I think. Anyways, there are 4 different types of sentences, but them sentences go into deeper sentences, if you know what I mean. So, different sentence. That's not wrong. Never gonna wake me up. Never gonna. Says my handwriting needs to go on here. So the first one that you'd probably know, all gone down like a little route here. The paper's just in my head and I'm gonna get out of that for now. Okay, so the first one is a statement, which we'll be looking at today. Statement. The other 4, there's a question. There's a, what do you call it when you tell something to do it? Called a command. We might look at that one. That one's interesting. Then the last one, what's it called when you're shouting? Exclamation. Don't know why I said it like that. Okay. First we're looking at a statement. Hold on, if I see who that's hold on now. Statement. No. There are a lot of different types of statements. Is there a lot of different types of statements? Oh yeah, 3. There's you might have heard of this before, probably not. You only learn it when you're in late year 6. There's an opinion, there's a fact, and there's an incorrect statement. So an opinion is, that one's a bit harder to explain. A fact, something, that's a H, that is true, by science or logic. You don't need that last part, by science or logic. You can just, something that is true. So an example of a fact would be, I don't know, a guitar is a string instrument. I definitely didn't just look at that. Anyways, we obviously need a full stop. And that's a fact because it's true. Because we don't, the guitar belongs to a string instrument family. I'm gonna leave some space after that just for something. An opinion being that, take example these times tables. If you were to say times, well, no, that wouldn't. Multiplication is hard. That's an opinion because it's not a fact. Something that you or something that you are a variety something that you agree on, but some people don't. So an opinion is something that you agree on, but some people don't. So, I don't know why it's gone like that. Probably because of massive line. I was gonna put something like you are a variety of people agree on, but some people don't. I'll leave some space for that as well. For a reason that's coming up. Last one, incorrect statement. And would be something like saying I don't know. Something like saying this bottle is red. Okay. Bottle is red. If you're colourblind, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because yeah, it'd still be red, even if you're colourblind. That bottle is red. It's clearly not red because it's, don't know what colour it is, but it's not red. But something that is false. They only need a punctuation mark. Full stop. No reason I've left these underneath here because I might have already explained this on my TikTok, but something called SVO, which means Oh, here we've just gotten a lot more complicated. Subject, verb. Hang on. And an object. And it always comes in that order, SVO. So the subject here on the sentence, a guitar is a string instrument. The verb. Okay, sometimes you don't need the verb, but sometimes you do. The subject is a guitar. The verb, there's no verb here. A string instrument is the object. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, it would be. And there's this thing called active and passive. I'll explain that later. Anyways, multiplication is hard. Multiplication is the subject. Is the verb. Hard is the object, I think. That bottle is red. That bottle is the subject. Is the verb, and red is the object. I don't know, I'm confusing myself here. Because you know red's not a proper object. Oh well. I'll do it in an easier sentence. So we'll do like Johnny bounced the ball. A simple sentence that has a subject, verb, and object. Now between active and passive, this is active because it says actively happened, which actively happened. Passive is where, active is where the subject is doing the object, and passive is where the object is being done by the subject. Where the subject's being done by the object. I don't know which one. But the passive of this, you need by, I think, or something like that. So the ball was bounced by Johnny. So the subject and object have obviously changed place, but that doesn't mean that you'd put O, V, and then S, because remember it always keeps SVO in that order. So now the subject is the ball. Bounced is still the verb. Was bounced. And then by Johnny is the object. Now I think you always need by in it. And was. And all was, I think. So now should we move on to naming all the different types of words? Maybe, I don't know. This video is going to be really long. So we're going to take that sentence again. Naming words. And this is going to help you find the SVO, subject, verb, and object. So take that sentence again, which is Johnny bounced the ball. Also good handwriting is important for SATs, because if the markers can't read it, then it's an incorrect. You don't get the mark. And this is coming from someone who got 1 language. Well, both people both over. And no, not English writing, because there was no test for that, but grammar, punctuation and spelling, which is where that subject comes into. 118 to greater depth, so who it's coming from. So Johnny is a noun. Now we need to name what a noun is. There's 3 different types of nouns. Is there 3? There might be more. There's a proper noun, and there's an abstract noun, and there's a I've lost so much of space. Concrete noun. So a noun is a place, thing, feeling, thought, and there's a few more. Can also be a name, but that falls into the proper noun. So the proper noun is nouns that need a capital letter. Need a capital letter. E.g. example, we'll do a place, London, and the name would be, just ignore them going on, a name, so Johnny, for example, John, I need a capital letter, because it's out of a sentence, but also because it's a name, which is a proper noun. Abstract noun, you don't really need to learn about these until you're in like year 7 and that, but abstract noun is a noun that doesn't have a physical presence. So we're going to do an ED. The thing that's coming here is feeling and thought. So a feeling would be sad, and then a thought would be like I don't know, a thought, really, what you're thinking. So like a thought. I can't think of any thoughts. I like this place to come in a speech bubble. It wouldn't really, but like that's what I'm thinking. To come in a speech bubble for anything. And then a concrete noun. A noun that you can see, hear, and feel. Also taste, so, and bother, touch, smell. That'll be a scent. That is a real thing. So now an example for that would be first thing that came to my mind, chocolate cake, which is a thing no, that's all of them. Maybe a few more. Now bounced is a verb. I mean, for a verb I can only think of like past tense, future tense and present tense. So we'll move on to it in the next video because it's just getting really long. Verb and action, eating, running, it's present tense, run, run. So that's future, past, present. D is a determiner. Determiner. I don't really know how to explain that one. I don't actually know. I'll just give you an example, which would be A and D. Also, I think numbers as well. So 2, 4. Next one, ball. It's being a noun. It's a concrete noun. Johnny is a PN and also a CN, proper noun and concrete noun. I think that's what I'll leave it to do. I'll have it tomorrow.